Alright, welcome back to a new episode of the greatest book club in the world, AK Book Club, yeah! And today, guys, we're on extremely special episode. Because today, guys, we're on episode number 277. Guys, and I can see it in my mind, the number will up from here to 777. 777. Blackjack, I don't know how you call it. But we are going to reach, damn, in 2.5 years, I think, 500 episode, yeah. In 500 episodes, we need to only record only 500 episodes. Yeah, we are going to do it. 500 episodes. We're going to be on episode 270, 777, 777. Stay tuned for it. Damn, we're on episode 777. Anyways, guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're already familiar with the channel, welcome back. My name is Zaki, I'm the host. And on this podcast, guys, we are working together on speaking level, reading level, and the communication skills to stand in front of the camera and to communicate well through the camera. I'm doing this podcast because I truly believe that English is the number one tool that each one of us must acquire in order to be successful in life. And the second tool that is going to help us a lot is to know how to communicate well through the camera. And if you take those two skills, speaking and reading in English and being on the camera, and you combine them together, you can create great content to social media, to everywhere, and you can influence billions of people, of lives of people all around the world, and you can really make an impact in this world. And on this podcast, I'm sharing with you guys my own journey, my ways that are my struggles, my success, my failures, my success, the obstacles that I am facing to become a master in English and master communicator on the camera. And I'm sharing with you all the things. You see, it's a season. Just see me, I'm putting myself five times per week on the camera, recording myself and just sharing with you guys my own journey. And I hope that by doing so, I will inspire other people also to do the same, to also work on your English, and to also share this with the board, inspire the board, and work on your appearance on the camera, because it's really important. And you see, you're not alone. I'm also struggling with these things, but I keep pushing myself each day, 5 episodes per week, so you can also do it. And guys, you see, today we are on this cloudy day because in the winter it's in Israel, and I'm from in Ariel, and it's cold, and it's kind of gray outside, cloudy outside, you said. And this background is extremely the vibe, like people waiting in the times when never mind. And it's and you see, it's waiting for I don't know, maybe they are couples, or maybe they are I don't know, they don't know each other, but they're waiting for the train to come, and they're going to their life. And yeah, each of us, we need to go to this by a train one day to continue our life and to decide what you want to do it. And this is on the station. You can choose which train you're going to take: the train of easy life that you didn't do much with your life, or the train of hard work, challenging life, but in the end, the end goal, it's a fulfilling life. And if you want to go for the easy life, so go. It's nice, yeah. But if you want to, and maybe you can feel fulfilled in it, just. But from my own experience and from what we learned together from the books that we read so far and the quotes that we read so far, in challenging life, it's the more you get better percentage of feel fulfilled in your life when you are facing your struggles and obstacles, and you can kill them, and you go over your dream, even though it might be scary sometimes. But it's up to you which train you're going to take. Because then, if you want to check out this great background, where you can find them on 3, 2, 1. Kabam! And this great background upload to Good Fun by Nanas and Vanilka on 7 of April 2017. Yeah, 77. Yeah, we all of this episode, it's about 777. Let's see. Oh, it's a Venom or something. I don't know, Harley Quinn, let's say. Anyway, and it's downloaded already on 4,000 and it's almost 600 times. If you see, guys, of course we like it. You see, just put a piece of content on the internet, and you never know, maybe 5 years, 10 years, maybe 1,000 years from now, someone is going to watch it And it's going to be like, damn, okay, let's save this because it's a really nice one. This is how I save my screen for the bed, for this podcast. And guys, if you want to download the picture, you just need to choose the resolution over here. Press download. Right click on the picture. שמירת תמונת בשם, in Hebrew, or say picture in English, and type down in the comment below if you want it in your language. Press on it. Choose the amount to save it. Press save and come just like that. You will get this great background on your computer. So thank you very much for the artist who made this great background, and thank you very much for Vanilka for sharing this great background with us. And you see, almost 4.5 years ago, this picture upload to GoodFun, and today we are going to use it. So you never know who's going to watch your content and you're going to impact. And the thing is that as long as you make your content in a good intention to make other people's lives better, someday you will make it. I don't know, maybe I make a 277 episode out of the 250 episode views. Maybe someone like it, enjoy it, and I don't know, I just do my job, do my part, my circle of concern, my circle of influence, and it's not up to me, the circle of concern. And if you want to know better what is the circle of concern and the circle of influence, you better watch the 7 habits of effective people series that we did on the podcast. And guys, today we are continuing our journey with your next 5 moves, and we start chapter 8. Chapter 8! Trust equal speed, the power of reliability. From the book Your Next 5 Moves by Master the Art of Business Strategy by Patrick David, the book over here. And guys, if you want to check out this great background, if you want to check out this great book, and especially Patrick by David social media accounts, which by the way, it's I recommend you check them out because Patrick David shares huge amount of wisdom and content on his social media accounts, so definitely recommended to check them out. You got all the things in the description below, so make sure to check them out and like them. And guys, if anyone of you have any suggestion for me, I can put myself on the podcast, or if anyone of you want to come to the podcast, be a guest on the podcast, share a message in the world, inspire the world, or make a difference because for me, or just have a great time if you're a really nice guy. Of course, we're going to speak in English. Maybe you want to tell us about where you're coming from, about your language, your culture. Maybe I think it's interesting. So feel free to do it in the comment below and comment that so we can arrange your coming to the podcast, and maybe I can put my podcast next to you. And guys, of course, guys, feel free, as always, if you want something nice that maybe I said, or for a nice quote for the book, or maybe you have your own life lessons that you learned from your own experience that you want to share with us, feel free to do it in the comment below, share it in the comment below, so also all of us can enrich our life and improve ourselves thanks to your advice. And one last thing, guys, before we jump to the book, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the journey, please consider to subscribe to the channel, put your application to be notified on each time that extremely exciting episodes are coming to YouTube, and you know it's going to be at least 5 extremely exciting episodes per week. So make sure to put this application so you're notified when those extremely exciting episodes are coming to YouTube. Like the video and share it with your friend. Guys, it's really 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks from your side, and it's really would have a huge impact on me. So thank you very much, guys, and please consider to do it. So thank you very much. And guys, without any introduction, let's just dive right into the book. Yeah, I love it. The book. Let's go. So your next 5 moves by Patrick by David, page 123, chapter 8, trust equals speed. The problem of reliability, I think you said it here this way. Read, Mazamit, the legend, Javan, and Bonnie, the man himself, Mr. John, please. Yo, boy, AK, yeah, there's what's up, dismissal, let's go, it's your boy, AK. Let's go. And guys, we are already at the page 123, and it's going to read to 126 today. Let's see in the description. Yeah, guys, we are almost at the middle of the book. So yeah, it's become really fast. And I really enjoyed this book. Chapter 8. Your next 5 moves, Patrick by David, Master the Art of Business Strategy. Chapter 8, trust equals speed. Double dot, the power of reliability. this. The more you know each other, the more you know what each other is thinking. The faster you can accelerate the trust and confidence in one another when you get on the field. Tom Brady. I'm in the anticipation business. I'm in the life insurance industry. Not because people are going to die tomorrow, but because when they do, their family is going to suffer for a lack of preparation. Contracts are all about anticipation. After being ripped off and screwed too many times, I've learned the importance of anticipating issues and putting documents and controls into place to guard against the unknown. I'm not pessimistic about human nature. I am, however, a realist about the details of contract negotiation. It was John McPhee, the eccentric software entrepreneur, who said that when a soldier is captured, he will disclose whatever secret with which he has been entrusted, that he would give up his own mother under torture. That may not be true of everyone, but I do believe that entrepreneurs need to be cautious about trusting just any team member, especially with information that could hurt or even destroy the business. Trust is multi-dimensional, not one-dimensional. You might trust one of your people to handle sales, but not human resources. You might trust someone with information about your current plans, but not your future strategy. Trust is for instance, my notebook fell for the computer, for the desk. For instance, I trust my enemies. I trust that they will spin a story with the intention of trying to drive me out of business. Since trust is so critical to speed, we also need to ask, why is speed so important? It almost seems too obvious to have to answer. To say it's everything doesn't feel like an overstatement. Whether you sell a product or a service, speed is required to make it, to deliver it, and to go from the sale to a deposit in your bank account. Time is money. Time is money, baby. Time is money. Time is money. How quickly you do everything impacts every part of your business. In order for a Boeing 747 jet airliner to leave the ground, it needs to reach a speed of 160 knots, 184 miles per hour. I don't know, it's 200 something kilometers per hour in Israel or Europe, I think. Just an airline must reach a certain speed to lift off. An entrepreneur must do the same. If a plane doesn't create momentum and sustain it for a long period of time, it will crash. It needs speed. It needs fuel, and it needs the right pilot to guide it to its destination. Here's how the equivalent looks in business, and I think also in YouTube, I think it's the same. You need to start here, and this is what I'm doing with my Motivation channel. I started to build the momentum again and again and again, and when I start to take off, I continue, I last. But this time, I'm going to be serious about it, and I'm going to achieve it. 100,000 views per year. Speed equal momentum. Fuel equal money / capital. Pilot equal founder, entrepreneur, CEO. Once you understand why speed is so critical, you will see why trust is so important for speed. Imagine if, before sitting down at a restaurant and placing your order, you had to fill out a lengthy credit application. Imagine having to have a mugshot taken and give your fingerprints before buying a Sloopy at 7-Eleven. Even now, the idea of having to go inside and interact with an individual before buying gas seems like a nonsense. In short, the reason to develop trusting relationships is to speed up every element of conducting a business. Title: I love you, but please sign the prenuptial agreement. I've seen a lot of people get married, and at the start everything was beautiful. You would look at those couples and swear that they would love each other forever. You would never guess that one day they would grow to hate each other and decide to get divorced. At that point, each person contacts an attorney. And what was a bad situation, it becomes immeasurably worse. At least if you measure it in terms of rage, stress, and dollars spent. Attorneys often pit husband against wife, ratcheting up the tension in order to reach it up their fees. And acrimonious court fight means more money for them. By the end, the couple is drained both emotionally and financially. It doesn't have to be this way. Before you get married, you can say to your spouse to be, I love you, but we don't know where we will be 5, 10, 15 years from now. Let's plan for the worst but expect the best. That means we figure out right now what happens if in a worst case scenario, a divorce in terms of money, the kids, and everything else. In other words, let's plan at least 5 moves ahead. After a few dates with Jennifer, the woman who would become a wife. This was long before our white trip. Went to a bookstore on Flint Street Promenade in Santa Monica and bought a book titled 101 Questions to Ask Before you get engaged. One of the questions was, how many children do you want to have? I answered 5. My wife answered 3. We ended up having 3 kids, which now feels like the perfect number. We made an agreement on that and other issues, and my wife compromised on some things, and I on others. We talked about all the key materials issues in advance, and then hammered out an agreement. Prenups are great for divorce settlements, but they are also valuable for marriages. By discussing key issues in advance, you can navigate the rocky moments that rise in every long-term relationship. Some entrepreneurs say proudly, I don't need a contract. We have an handshake deal, and my word is my bond. That is great, assuming the other person is equally honest and forthright. Unfortunately, that is not always the case. The romantics might argue that by signing a contract, you are planning to fail. The realists see it as something every smart business owner understands. Contingency planning in business. You are going to have relationships with employees, partners, investors, suppliers, and advisors. You might love each other, every one of those people. You might love each and every one of those people. But if you don't have a formal agreement, you are asking for the type of stress and financial loss that comes with the most continuous of divorces. When you hire someone, document everything: code of conduct, equity, ownership, salary, vesting period, probationary period. If it's not documented, there will be no plan in place when you do have a conflict. Before agreeing to any major business deal, you want the following to be agreed upon. 1. Liability cap. What is the most we can lose? indemnification. You can't sue me. You can't sue me. In the indemnification, you can't sue me. 3. Finite term. Once it's over, it's over. Let's return to our marriage analogy. People get married emotionally and they divorce logically. More specifically, they fall in love and think the love will conquer all the problems simmering below the surface. They don't logically weigh the pros and cons of marriage, of marrying someone. When they divorce, though there is obviously emotion involved, it's a much more logical process. People argue about what they want and what they are willing to give. Lawyers insist on putting a cognitive frame around the emotional issues. It's all about numbers. How many weekends will your kids spend with you versus with your spouse? How much support will you provide? What is a logical division of property? In business, it works the same way. You fall in love with a job applicant, or an investor, or a supplier, or a customer, and you think, this will be forever. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten excited about AI, and then a few months or years later, I realized I had screwed up. In every instance, when the relationship arrangement wasn't documented, the breakup was messy and stressful. One of our investors said to me, look, we just gave you $10 million. What happens if you die? We would like to take out a $10 million life insurance policy on you. I didn't get upset and protested that I was in great shape and didn't plan on dying. Instead, I loved what he said once I realized that he was telling me, I love you, but please sign a prenup. The prenup. Title: Ask questions that go below the surface. People tell me I'm demanding. When people describe me, the brief tough love comes up a lot. Before you can care for someone, you have to know him or her. I believe what set me apart as a leader is my desire to really understand people. I do so by asking the right questions and holding people accountable to their own answers. I recently got a call from an old colleague named Danny. He said, you have no idea how reluctant I've been about calling you. It's been a decade. I was curious to know where the conversation was going. When I had been a sales manager, I had been especially tough on Danny. He was one of those guys who had so much raw talent, brains, charisma, street smart, and who was also so likable that people let him get away with anything. As a result, he was a pushover who was constantly underperforming. And guys, I'm curious about to know what happened, and I'm sure that also you also curious about to know what happened. But guess what? This is the end of the episode. So let's go. So guys, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate the fact that you choose to invest on me. And I know that I'm going to see you all tomorrow, guys, for the next episode, the extended episode with the guys that book open the board. Then on this episode, we are going to read. On the next episode, we're going to know what happened with Danny. So guys, thank you very much, and until then, have a great time. Take care of yourself, and bye. So guys, today is it's Wednesday, 5th on January 2022, and time now it's 14:54. And I have 5 minutes to go to class, and I think I need to daven, and then I go to class. But I have a 1 hour break, so I came back to my room and then record the podcast, because in the evening I want to learn to start to math test that I have next week. היום רביעי 5/2022, השעה עכשיו היא 2:55 בערב צהריים. צריך להופיע שיעור של צוריאל, שיעור אחרון היום, שיעור מאחד של 6 שיעור של צוריאל. תולדות המערב ותולדות מוסדות התקשורת או תולדות התקשורת בעולם. קורסים נחמדים, יאללה, עכשיו נתפלל מהר ונעוף לכיתה, שבוע במבחנים, יאללה, אז הספקתי להקליט את הפרק היום, שנוכל לחזור מהחדר היום ופשוט לשבת על סטטיסטיקה. נתראות.